Yes, I am. There's my placard.
Oh, great. Okay. Where are you going?
Lagunitas.
Oh, me too.
Great. It is.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you stopped.
In the modern world, we all have the need to get around. We need to go to school, work, the grocery store, appointments, visit friends, and run errands. A large percentage of these trips are made by people riding in single-occupancy vehicles, meaning that only one person, the driver, is riding in the car. An excess of single-occupancy vehicle trips is clogging streets, hurting air quality, polluting water systems, and contributing to global warming. It wasn't always like this. Only a few generations ago, there were no cars. Throughout the entire history of our planet, the automobile has only existed for a mere 100 years. The United States of America now has more cars than it does people. Driving has tripled in the past 30 years, and nearly half of the land in most of our cities is paved over solely for the use of the automobile. Most people get in and out of their cars from 6 to 12 times each day. Foreign policy is often dictated by our reliance on oil, and international positioning for access to the remaining reserves is intense. From a bird's-eye view, it would appear that our entire society is built for and around the automobile. The amount of time, land, and resources used to sustain and fuel our society's addiction to the car creates the appearance that cars are more important than both their occupants and the environment. Many have forgotten that the ecological health of the places where we live is absolutely connected to human welfare. The promise of freedom and mobility offered by the auto industry has seduced Americans into feeling that they need a car to survive. The truth is, however, there are heavy burdens attached to that promise of independence. In addition to the taxes we all pay to subsidize driving costs, car owners are also faced with expenses and hassles including fuel costs, maintenance, insurance, parking, pollution, and traffic. The number of cars on the road is expected to increase significantly in the next decade. Where will they all go? Science and experience show us that building more roads does not decrease traffic. Instead, it usually ends up encouraging more people to drive and paves the way for further urban sprawl. The reports may be grim, but fortunately we can maintain our modern lifestyles while avoiding the ecological and traffic nightmares that are now commonplace. When we share rides, we improve fuel efficiency and take extra cars off the road. Other transportation choices which make us part of the solution include public transit, walking, and bicycling. The San Geronimo Valley is a rural community located on the edge of development in Marin County, California, just north of San Francisco. With only one public bus serving the valley each day, it's very difficult to get into town unless you have a car. Though the lack of public transportation has been a long-standing problem for the valley, only recently was it recognized as the #1 need.
In 1996, the Lagunitas School District applied for and received a Healthy Start grant. Healthy Start is a program of the state of California to promote the health and well-being of school-age children and their families. And in preparation for applying for this grant, we conducted a needs assessment survey among the children and the adults of San Geronimo Valley, and we were somewhat surprised to find out that transportation ranked as the #1 need among both children and adults in the San Geronimo Valley. So upon receiving the grant, we immediately formed an ad hoc committee to try to address the transportation needs in the valley. Now, the valley doesn't have a lot of financial or bureaucratic resources, but the valley is very rich in one natural resource, and that is the goodwill of its people. So we tried to design our programs to take advantage of this resource.
Our committee had a lot of ideas. We narrowed it down to 4 methods for increasing the transportation options in the San Geronimo Valley. We came up with the REG, a flexible registered ride-sharing service, the SKEDGE, a bulletin board of people needing and offering rides, the promotion of bicycling as a real method of transportation, and the Fun Bus to shuttle people to and from the San Geronimo Valley. we decided to focus our energy first on getting the reg up and running. And this was going to be a program where people would have ID cards and would wait on the side of Sir Francis Drake Boulevard and get rides from registered drivers who would also have ID cards. In order to coordinate this, we worked with our supervisor, Steve Kinsey, who connected us with the Sheriff's Department, the Department of Public Works, and Golden Gate Transit. We came up with a program where we would be able to let people from our community register on one big day that would be a great, free, fun party. We called it the Liftoff.
Today, I think it's a great idea. Sometimes, you know, this valley is sitting out at one end of Marin County, and I've got 2 teenage boys, and it'd be really nice if they could have a facility to pop on over the hill in somebody's car that they felt safe in. Also, I leave the valley alone every morning early, and I'd like a passenger. So no problem. I'm all registered, raring to go. Geronimo!
So, like, teenage kids can get over the hill and get around without using up so much fuel and stuff.
Do you think that's important?
Yeah.
You know, it just shows trust in the community and your neighbors, and it's helping people come together as a community.
Well, I'm 17 and I still don't have my driver's license just because driving really scares me, but so I think for me it's especially important that there's other modes of transit and other ways that we can get around as young people.
Go Geronimo is a multifaceted transportation program that was developed in the community, by the community, and for the community. The eligibility requirements to be part of the ride registry, the REG, were determined through community focus groups and a questionnaire. Live, work, or attend school locally, show ID, and fill out a registration form, a waiver, and a sheriff check. Go Geronimo drivers must be at least 21 years old and provide proof of registration and insurance. Student ridership starts at 7th grade and requires parental consent. People receive their photo ID laminates in a few weeks. The program is entirely free.